So which mortgage broker should you choose for your NHS mortgage application? Your choice in broker could make or break your mortgage journey. Let's find out. So there are some key benefits of using a specialist mortgage broker for your NHS mortgage application. To name a few, these brokers will understand your NHS pay and your pay bands too. NHS workers, they can be quite different to other types of workers in the UK economy. Often they do overtime, night pay, they have lots of shift work, their contracts can be slightly different. So using a broker that's dealt with this time and time again can be really valuable. Also, mortgage brokers have extensive knowledge of lender mortgage criteria. Like I say, there's so many different contracts available in the NHS. You want a broker that understands the implications of these on criteria with mortgage lenders. The most suitable lender for you might not be the most suitable lender for your friend who also works for the NHS, so it's really important that you don't both just go to a lender. You should consult with a mortgage broker to explore your personal circumstances. Also, mortgage brokers can help with your documentation side of things, so you might not know what you need to provide to your lender, whereas a broker will tell you verbatim what lenders will expect to see. So for example, if you're a locum worker and you're called on from the NHS at any time, this isn't seen as permanent income from most mortgage lenders. So mortgage brokers might know to ask you for, say, your contract or 12 months of payslips, as opposed to a permanent staff member where the payslip requirements might be far less. Also, mortgage brokers can give you clear borrower guidance in terms of what sort of interest rate might be available to you, how much you can borrow, and your maximum purchase price. And lastly, you might not expect this, but some mortgage brokers are actually totally fee-free, even though they specialise in NHS mortgages. For example, at Boon Brokers, we've got quite a few brokers who are specialists with NHS worker applications, and we don't charge a penny at any stage of the process. We receive commission from the lender, so we don't need to charge you at all. So there are two types of brokers in the UK economy. You've got whole of market and you've got tied. Now, whole of market brokers, they tend to be independent and often directly authorised by the FCA. These brokers have access to a wide range of lenders. For example, Boon Brokers, we're whole of market, and we have access to over 90 lenders in the UK, whether that be small, complex niche lenders or more mainstream vanilla lenders that are household names. We have access to a very wide range of lenders to find the very best deal for you. Whereas tied mortgage brokers might have access to just, say, a handful of lenders, so they're unlikely to find the very best deal for you. They may do in some situations, but it's always worth consulting, in my opinion, with a whole of market broker just to make sure. So there are quite a few questions that you should ask your broker before proceeding with their services. Firstly, how often do they work with NHS clients? NHS workers, their pay can be quite different to other employees working in the UK economy, so ideally they need to have good experience. Secondly, do you have whole of market access or are you limited to certain lenders? This is a really important question. If a broker doesn't have whole of market access, you might not get the very best deal for you. So for example, if you're going for a broker who works perhaps for an estate agency or for a bank directly, make sure you ask this question. It's really important. You should also ask, can you find a lender who can use overtime, shift pay, and weekend pay? This is very important, obviously, if you have that income, because it could significantly increase how much you can borrow and therefore increase your purchase price. I think it's always worth asking as well if a mortgage broker has experience working for your specific job role. For example, if you're a locum or if you're working in a probationary period at the NHS or if you're part-time, there's lots of different possibilities. It's always worth dealing with a broker who has done that exact case time and time again. And then lastly, I would ask, does the broker charge any client fees? In this day and age, there's lots of online mortgage brokers like Boon Brokers who are whole of market, directly authorised, and have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot and other review platforms. It's really important that you just check, because often in this day and age, there's no need to pay for a client fee. You won't have better mortgage access by paying for a client fee, that is a myth. However, if you want a face-to-face consultation, then maybe a client fee is to be expected. Thank you for watching this video on how to get an NHS mortgage. At Boon Brokers, we're a fee-free, whole-of-market mortgage brokerage, and we'd be more than happy to help you with your mortgage requirements moving forwards. Just submit an inquiry and one of our brokers will be in touch. Also, read the guide below for more information and download our PDF guide if you want even more information and if you want to pass it to friends and family.